In the world of combat sports, vengeance is a language spoken rarely, feared by many, and mastered by only a chosen few. Some fighters walk into the ring for glory, others for belts, but there exists a rare breed who enter the squared circle with a deeper purpose simmering inside them. One that transcends rankings, titles, and applause. When an insult is thrown not at the fighter but at the roots of their very identity, the response becomes something far more primal. And on the night the world watched Naoya Inoue step into the ring, drenched in calm fire, they weren't witnessing a boxing match. They were witnessing a reckoning. Before a single punch had been thrown, the air around him already felt charged, tense, like the edge of a storm waiting to break. This was the semi-final of the prestigious Boxing Super Series. The WBA and IBF belts glittered in the distance. But for Inoue, this wasn't about the gold. This wasn't about trophies, legacy, or even proving he was the monster the world claimed him to be. This was about something far more sacred: honor. His honor. His family's honor. His father's honor. What lit the fuse was not a face-off, nor a press conference insult. It was something quieter, something colder, something far more personal. Inoue watched with disbelief as Emmanuel Rodriguez's coach shoved his father, the man who had shaped him, trained him, molded him into the fighter he had become. It was a gesture of contempt so crude, so unnecessary, that it pierced deeper than any punch could. In that moment, Inoue made a vow, not spoken in bravado, not shouted for cameras, but carved silently into his heart. He would repay this disrespect not with words, but with destruction. And so, when fight night came, the Japanese star walked toward the ring with the composure of a warrior who knew his purpose. People saw his calm face, his steady stride, his cold focus, and they believed it was the expression of a seasoned athlete. They were wrong. It was the expression of a man who had already decided the fate of his opponent. The bell had not yet rung, yet the outcome had already been written in his eyes. The moment the fight began, it became painfully clear that this wasn't going to be a contest. Inoue's punches weren't thrown to score points. They were thrown with intention, with precision, with a simmering rage disguised beneath perfect technique. His shots tore into Rodriguez with the efficiency of a surgeon and the cruelty of a samurai executing justice. A blistering body shot bent Rodriguez in half, a left hook sent his senses scattering, and with each devastating strike, the crowd felt the gravity of what they were witnessing. Rodriguez, an undefeated champion, a man who had never touched the canvas, now found himself drowning in the waves of Inoue's fury. The knockdown was inevitable. The end, unavoidable. When Rodriguez finally crumpled, his soul almost leaving his body, Inoue didn't rush. He didn't flail. He simply followed the samurai code, delivering the final blow with the cold certainty of a man fulfilling a promise. The referee stepped in and the world understood. Revenge had been delivered. Honor had been restored. And a new IBF bantamweight champion had risen. Not just victorious, but unchallenged, unquestioned, undeniable. The monster had done it again. But if anyone thought this was a one-time show of destruction, they were mistaken. Because Naoya Inoue wasn't finished. His next target was Jamie McDonnell, the pride of Britain. A man with 30 wins, only 2 losses, and a reputation for being unbreakable. He had never been knocked out. His chin was considered granite, his stamina unmatched, his confidence sky high. Too high, perhaps. Because in the days leading up to the fight, McDonnell let his pride take the reins. He spoke boldly, insisting he was the best bantamweight on the planet. He spoke as if Inoue was just another challenger. He spoke as if the monster was a myth. But when the bell rang, McDonnell discovered just how real that myth truly was. Inoue didn't waste a second. He stepped in like a blade slicing through the veil of arrogance. His jab landed with the snap of a whip, his hooks crashed like waves against a brittle shore, and before McDonnell could settle into a rhythm, he was drowning. The British champion's legs betrayed him, his defenses shattered, and the unthinkable happened. Inoue dropped him. The so-called unknockoutable fighter was on the canvas, blinking in disbelief, the truth settling in his bones. And before the crowd could even process what they'd seen, Inoue ended it. Brutally, efficiently, without mercy. McDonnell, who had spoken so boldly, was silenced. Inoue didn't need to remind him with words. The fight spoke for him. But the path of destruction didn't end there. Up next was Antonio Nieves, a cold-blooded technician with 17 wins and only 1 loss. A man who prided himself on his discipline and execution. He was calm, experienced, and confident. Too confident. Because Nieves made the mistake of assuming Inoue's victories were built on hype. He dismissed the Japanese fighter's dominance, pointing out that many of his fights had taken place at home in Japan. According to him, Inoue had never faced a truly dangerous opponent. According to him, the monster had never been tested. But once again, the ring became the ultimate truth-teller. As the fight began, Nieves came out sharp, establishing his jab, looking to counter, trying to disrupt Inoue's rhythm. For a moment, the American felt in control. For a moment, he believed his analysis had been correct. But moments are fragile things, and Inoue shattered his like glass. What followed was a brutal schooling. Inoue adjusted instantly, slipping punches with the ease of a veteran and unleashing combinations with the precision of a machine. His liver shot, a punch feared across all divisions, landed like the strike of a hammer on steel. Nieves folded, gasping for breath, his body refusing to obey him. He got up, yes, but standing was all he could do. Fighting back was no longer an option. His corner, realizing the torture would only escalate, threw in the towel, sparing him the full wrath of the monster. Another doubter silenced. Another soul claimed. But Naoya Inoue's journey through the early stages of his career was also marked by fighters who underestimated him not because of arrogance, but because of experience. One such opponent was Yuki Sano, but far more notable was Warito Penis, a man with a massive experience advantage over the young Japanese prodigy. At just 22, Inoue was still seen as green, untested, a rising prospect rather than a world-ending force. Penis entered the ring with swagger, confidence, and a belief that his experience would overwhelm the younger man. And for a few seconds, it looked like he might be right. Penis moved freely, slipped shots, mocked the inexperienced Japanese fighter, even taunted him. He strutted across the ring like he owned it. But there are few things more dangerous than mocking a man forged in samurai discipline. Inoue watched, analyzed, waited, and then, like a predator that finally spots the opening, he struck. One punch changed the momentum. Another changed the rhythm. And soon, Penis found himself trapped in a tidal wave of violence he could neither block nor endure. His taunts died on his lips. His confidence shattered. His body crumbled beneath the relentless assault. And when he fell, puppet-like, strings cut all at once, the message was clear. Experience means nothing when the monster awakens. The second round arrived, and Inoue erased him from the fight. Another showboater silenced. Another career humbled. And then came Pechbang-born Kokiachim, the Thai war machine. A man known for his toughness, his resilience, his